Welcome back to Smedley's Ranch. Saturday evening, and I'm in the part of the ranch that needs the most work at the moment. Hit the back, hit the front, right here in the middle seems to be a good place to hit, and it's shaded, so I'm gonna hit it today for a few hours. And I want to address something. It's a deep one, but I probably should address it. So, about people not liking me. About people not liking me. Oh, it's funny just to say. It happens, right? A lot, but I mean, it's just something that happens. Not no one is liked by everyone, so okay. Um, some are unliked by certain kinds of people more than others. And unfortunately, I just might fall into that category. Unfortunately, it's not a category I want to be in for the obvious reasons, and probably for more the not so obvious reasons. I feel like the not so obvious reasons are I don't care about being liked. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. And maybe I do. Maybe I do. But maybe I really don't want to come to grips. And I think that's probably what I'll be getting at as I think about this a little bit. But it's coming to grips with something that might be somewhat scary or hard to deal with, which is potential. As a person with potential, certain kind of people have their kind of feelings when they see potential. And it's a normal human response. I think I talked about it, being a little jealous or envious and things like that. Those are normal reactions. But me myself, I don't like those kind of. I don't like seeing somebody doing good and feeling like I don't want them to do good, or I want something bad, or I want what they have. If I do have those feelings, I don't like that about myself, and I don't dwell on that at all. So anyway, so I think that's what a lot of the negative feelings towards me are about. I don't like to say that because it almost sounds boastful just saying it, but I'm I'm done with just letting it happen, and trying to ignore it and just moving on. I need to squirt it away within myself as moving forward. It came to the point where I realized it so much that I realized, like, wherever I work next, it's probably going to happen again. If I switch jobs again, it's probably going to happen again. Wherever I go, it's going to happen, right? So I'm just that prepared. It's that much of a feature. Now, I tell you what, as I've been experiencing it and everything, and understanding, it's just going to happen. It's not really anything that I'm doing. It's just who I am, and the way I move makes people feel a certain kind of way. Really, that's on them. And if I was doing something, negative or anything wrong with that, that would be on me. But the envious, negative feelings, that's on the other people. And in the past, I guess, I've really done myself and anyone I've encountered a disservice by not acknowledging it and dealing with it. Now I deal with it, and now it turns into a possibly productive interaction. Intense as it might get, there's that tension can bring about positive change. It certainly does for me, I find, because I'm not trying to disrespect somebody just because they don't like me, because I've cultivated that, right? You don't like me. I used to, yeah. And I'm talking about, teens and early adult life. Somebody didn't like me. I wanted to fight. Yeah, of course, because, that's just the way it was. But I soon learned that's, fighting people because they don't like you. Yeah, you got to fight half the world or more, right? So grow up. Anyway, so now, especially like right now in the present, is just being present. You don't have to like me. I respect myself, and I'm not going to tolerate, undue disrespect and whatever else you're going to do. I'm not going to retaliate by any means, but I am going to just proceed. And they even matter. Why? Because they need that push and pull from you to feel some kind of validation to their hate, right? So it's crazy. It's been crazy. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good because I've seen it for a long time. I've seen it for a long time. I've seen too much of it. And that tension has caused me to adjust. And I've grown up. So to my haters, thank you. Really. I think I posted some on Facebook. Like, keep trying, right? Keep on. Keep on. I mean, it's all good. I'm not worried about it. So, but that has been, that was a big challenge. When I got here to good old Red Bluff, there was a lot of that going on. And I guess I'm good at just, even though I may see something or just not acknowledging it, I didn't acknowledge it fully, or else I would probably just left. Hey, you don't like me? I'd have left. But I'm glad I'm not that kind of person, because I would just be running from tension still, right? if I hadn't sat in it, I would have found it somewhere and had to face up to it somewhere. That's the way I look at it. So it happened in my marriage. There's other underlining factors, but it's still the same thing. There's something inherent in the human species. But it's not to go on a negative slide with that. That is what it is. It's not, I mean, you're hard pressed to say it is even a negative thing because it's so normal. So yeah, I don't want to get on poo-pooing on humans, but and it's not everybody. But it is those that are in want of being somebody, mostly. Someone not content with their self. Insecurities, things like that. Yeah, that's the ones, mostly, in my experience. And I can't even be mad at them because I get it. I'm the epitome of, or I was. I think I'm doing better now, but I was the epitome of insecure, or definitely not liking myself, right? Not liking some things about myself. I don't know if that's the same thing as insecurity. Might not be. I didn't like who I was. I had insecurities too. But the major factor for my change was not liking the way I operated. And I still am. Oh, I wish I had my ground squirrel crawling up. I think it's a ground squirrel. We'll see. It might be a tree squirrel. Sorry, squirrel. I didn't. Yeah, I'm making adjustments, seeing something in myself and wanting to change it, right? Or if I saw something in someone else that I thought was a good thing, I might want some of that, right? I mean, how's that work out, right? Okay, cool. Not, ooh, that guy. It's almost like, thank you for showing me, right? Without the having to ask or anything, I saw something. That's just thank you for showing me something new to the world, or a different perspective, right? No, no, that's not common from your average insecure person. And if I'm being honest, it happens a lot. It happens way more. I'm downplaying it. Okay, I'm not telling you stories. I'm gonna tell you one though, but this is 2010, somewhere around that circle. You can go 6 months behind 2010 and go maybe 6 months after, but this is 2010 for sure. I'm new to Red Bluff. And in my circle, I was getting the dirtiest look. I grew up in the ghetto, okay, and everything. And I was getting a look from someone that just made me wonder. And it's crazy. I won't go into it, but I was getting a look like I had just jumped into a septic tank and just came into the room. Okay. That person's not around anymore, so obviously had other issues, and there was, it didn't work out too well for that person anyway. But that's just one spot, and it's memorable because I had to ask people. I was like, and I didn't get a good explanation. But yeah, I wonder how many of you know, can say they've gone through that on a regular, ongoing basis. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe more than I think. I don't think so. Some things we go through are unique, even though they're the same things. We go through them, you know. I gotta admit too, I'm in a unique situation, in a unique place. I'm gonna have some unique problems. I got them. I got unique solutions too. I got them. Oh, and because the last 10 years were so rough, oh boy, I'm thankful to still be, up and at 'em. Because the the wreckage that you see could be a lot worse, but it's manageable. I didn't, I never. Oh, could have been, yeah. It could have got ugly, but it didn't. So thankful for that. But I am still dealing with people. Some of the people that they haven't liked me for a long time. I don't expect any change. I don't. Some might, some in ways, and some may escalate. You never know. But again, that's on them, right? It's very interesting. Something I'm gonna process it. Today I'm gonna watch the video. I want to talk about it some more. I don't feel like I'm getting in there real good. Don't feel like it, but I'm just getting started. It's not something I've talked about a whole lot. Really, because it's just a reality, right? It's just a reality, like so many other things we're dealing with, right? So I haven't really stopped to be like, why, or what I'm going to do about it. I've been doing what I'm going to do about it, which is do the best I can, not act, the same way, or let it bother me to a de debilitating way, if at all possible. And I've been doing all right. one thing I am good at is you can hate my guts and I can be in proximity with you. Just, don't touch me. If you're gonna talk crazy, all right, we'll deal with the varying levels of crazy there is, on a, on a need to basis. And, we'll move on, which is probably gonna make them pretty mad because they're not getting what they want, right? They don't like me and they need a reason. So they're gonna behave in a way that gives them a reason and they're not getting it. It's really not the best situation. And they probably think I'm getting a kick out of, making them mad by being me. Whatever. I don't know, right? I don't know. I guess when I finally make friends with somebody that hates me, maybe they'll tell me. I don't know. What else can I do? So, it's crazy. Just, moving on. But that's what I said that to say, something I'm good. I can look. I wouldn't treat you bad if I hated you. Could be, and I don't know because I just don't run across people I hate all the. No, I may be mad for a little while, but that's a way different thing from hate and disliking someone, right? And I put hate and dislike. I mean, shoot. When there's something I dislike about someone, same as if I like it about you, I'm making adjustments in me. From the things I don't like in you, I'm making adjustments in me. Truth be told. So thank you. It's hard to, I hope more people, relate to that than the hating people. You see something in somebody else you don't like, do I do that? I don't. I'm gonna work on never doing that and getting as far away from it as I can. So at the end of the day, it's almost a good thing to interact with someone you got tension with if you have, the stomach to learn and work on yourself, which I do. I feel like so. Have an interaction. Was it my best interaction? Let's not get into the wording of is it my best, but am I going to work on the interaction? Yes. Right. But at the moment, I don't have much to say. Right. And the person that doesn't like me, they don't have nothing to say. They would say it. But what do they say? How's it going? Mm-hmm. Need to slow down. It's a process of dealing with things. I'm not gonna get on the video and get it all out and figure it out. I'm not. I've figured out quite a bit to this point. I may just have to deal with things the way they are for a while again. I'm definitely so much further than that 10 years ago, right? You walk into a place, you get a dirty look. Oh, that again, right? It's not as new as it was then. 15 years later, okay, that again, right? More of that, okay. see some goji berries on the plant there. They're just little. They don't grow very good like that. It's neglected, but so here I am 15 years later. Probably what's pushing me to say something about it is, there you go. 10 years ago, I was just trying to get the basics of my life together. I had they weren't, that wasn't, not that it's holding me back now. It's just, it is an obstacle. It wasn't as much of an obstacle to progress, okay, as it is now. That's what I'm talking about. Not as much of an obstacle to progress, right? In my professional career, been seeing it. Hmm. And it's really bad. I can't even, professional. I can't call it right now. There's other underlying issues. That's not it. That's not the main thing. Professionally, I'm good there to an extent. It's in my hands more than socially, right? But it is ugly, and I think that's my last job. It came up. And then just, socially, it's I don't know. That's something I have to think about, the social dynamic and why. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth all that effort trying to figure out why. Excuse me, I don't know if I will. Because what has been the one of the options is to keep working and don't become, unduly a part of it. Definitely don't be a reason for the hate. It's gonna happen. It's always a reason, But I'm just at a point where I'm going to cultivate my potential. And if, raw, unworked on me got certain kinds of reactions, the more polished me will still get the same reactions, if not worse. Although those reactions are factored in. And therefore, not taken as seriously, or the feeling isn't as intense. The effect is minimal with that, which is probably why I made it to be able to polish, right? Is because in some way I've been working in a way to not let it, not just be completely thrown off by it. So, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And I'll think about it, but I'm actually okay with the way I deal with certain kinds of negativity. Anyway, all right. I think that's enough for now. We may get into it. I may get into it a little later. Much later. I'm gonna think about it a little more. People not liking me. There's got to be a better way to put that. And there is. People uncomfortable with what they don't understand. People uncomfortable with what they don't know. Well, check out my videos. The most basic, boring, right? Just basic, okay? Ain't much to understand. Until there's something to do. And then we break out some reason. What's the reasonable thing to do? Then we have problems. Said a bad word now. Reasonable. Yeah. It doesn't seem reasonable. Who do you think you are? Nobody. But I'm going to do what's reasonable. That's all. Thought I'd share. That's all. I'll go back to what I was doing now. the way we've always done it. It's good. It's really good. hmm So here in the present, same situations, exactly. I don't think I've always been here. That could be new, maybe. I don't know. Has anything else changed? Are you the same person you've always been? Do you want to stay the same person? I don't. And I think all that inside me, I can't hide it. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm just saying, I think that all that potential somehow, I don't. That's why I do I think a little bit that it helps me with the videos. I really need to see what other people see. I'm like, what, that guy? You hate that guy? You hate that guy? Okay, whatever. I'd find somebody better. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's something like that. And I get it. I get it. I've I've learned. I've had to tone down myself. Don't know everything. Even though it is even a positive thing to give a positive, to give suggestions and things. A lot of times in certain situations, it's just not really welcome. Sometimes people just want to go through the same muck. Don't bring me no soap and water and no rag. I'm the same way. I get it. I get it. Sometimes leave my stuff alone, okay? Leave it alone. Leave my junk alone. I'll clean it up when I'm ready. I get it. I get it. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at nobody. Okay? Just, I'm working through it like everybody else. And again, like I said, when they don't like me and they need a reason, they're trying to justify, I go mind my own business, right? I want to break that loop as fast as possible. Gossiping or negative feelings, and I want the negative loops to stop as far as it depends on me as soon as possible. So I really don't get it when they perpetuate for so long, but I don't have to get it to get along. I don't have to get it. Really, all I have to do is observe what it is, and reason will dictate, right? I can ask all those questions. I can ask a person, do you want to say the same? And they'll say no, but what are they doing? That's the reasoning I need, right? But sometimes you got to ask to maybe plant a seed. And then people want to knock you down for that. For what I just said, just trying to be reasonable and things like that. Nothing more than being a reasonable person, a productive person. Now you think you're better. You're overconfident. You think you're so smart. You think you know everything. Okay. So I need to forget my reasonableness and blend in. Is that what you're saying? I'm asking for a friend, right? I don't know. I don't take it that personal, but it just I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know if I caught myself talking like that about anything, someone's doing positive, right? Just even if you're doing negative, I don't want even the stankiest thing someone is doing to sit there and dwell on it. Like, oh, they smell like boo boo every time I get close to them. Do I really want to think about that or talk about it? A bad example, but I'm just and some will act like they're doing it because they care. But if you cared, you would go up to the person and you would say, hey, I know you're going through a lot, right? I've been there. I know. I know. But you smell like boo boo every time I'm around. Anything I could do? Anything. Right? That would be somebody to care. Not commenting to other people about it, you know? Not just wondering to myself about it uncontrollably or what. And if you wonder to yourself, as soon as it comes up in a group, yeah, you're gonna be talking about it. Don't kid yourself. So if you really care, what would you do? Be trying to fix it. You would be talking about it and you'd be trying to do something about it. Or waiting on a good time to do it. If you're not doing it, then hopefully you're waiting on the time to do it. But time will tell, won't it? But yeah, there's that. You know, there's no ends to the knocks, right? If you give in to it, oh, you lose right off the bat. If you fight it, you're stubborn. You're everything in the book because you won't give in to it. Okay, that's where I like to dwell. That's where I've learned to dwell, actually. And one thing I do know about myself, and I don't share this at all. This is me. I'll say it for once though. I'm all about balance. I don't want to be way over here and I don't want to be way over there either. Unless way over there is the exact perfect spot. I want to be over there when it's perfect. Other than that, I like the balance in things that can be balanced. Cut and dry, put me right dead smack on the dot, right where it needs to be. Pinpoint things where there's special, where there's nuance, like human behavior, human interaction. You've got to be balanced. And if I'm not balanced, I'm not no. I've been too far down. Can't say I've really been overly high up, but I work in the positive direction. That's what keeps me working in the positive. I don't feel like I'm there or anything, and I don't even feel like I deserve, way more or anything. I just know to work in the positive direction. not at other people's expense, not because I deserve something grand, and it's just maybe just to balance how low I've been or feel like I've been, maybe, but or maybe it's so that I don't become stagnant. But us people are messes. We're messed up. So just kind of want you to know that I know that you know that I know that. Talk on it. All right. Do some work. Why not? Yeah. Enough said. No. But for now, it's going to have to be. But a lot to do. Probably will never change that. There will always be a lot to do. I'm with that. And there'll always be someone looking at it like this. I'm okay with that. What's going on here? Goji berries need some water. They have been neglected over here. The ones over there are doing a lot better. Hopefully most of them will spring back after a little bit of watering. I really don't like dwelling on that kind of stuff, and I don't. I don't have time. I don't have the will. There's just so much of that. It's just. There's just been a couple flare-ups to remind me it's not going nowhere, That's all. That's all. Maybe I thought time would, time and effort would have minimized the effects. Nope. I guess that's when you realize how deeply ingrained it is. Just a second, please. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, yeah, you when you're dealing with that kind of stuff, you hear excuses like, "Oh, it's just a misunderstanding." You're misunderstanding. There's some kind of misunderstanding in the situation. It's just not just pure negative, right? No, it's a misunderstanding, right? And so you're basically being told to put aside your observation of negativity and don't see it as negative, and consider that it's a misunderstanding. Punch me in my face. But it might be a misunderstanding. Bad example. You know what I'm saying, right? It might be a misunderstanding. Over time, things come out and you see it wasn't never no misunderstanding. It was what it was. A punch in the face. Not a step on the toe. A punch in the face. This is a good time to do that. It's pretty dirty in there. Actually, looks like it could use a little bit of a. I think this is a tool free. I may need something to scrape it out though. Yeah, it's pretty gunked up. It's pretty gunked up. Yeah. Then there's that. Just stay true. Stay true. Stay true and show that's just you, not me. Okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. Goes that way. Okay. That wrong way? I think it is. Yeah. Got it on there the wrong way, it would appear. I think. There you go. Well, I digress to my original statement. Sounds like a bad thing. Just and think about it, I see how much it's important for it to be true. And that's that you just can't care overly about it. No. Great. Got that pile of wood over there. Still figuring out the full plan for this area. I guess I'll get all this stuff, the wood right here, get the pots over there, and yeah, since that's a good sunny spot right there for, yeah, we may start a fall garden right here. Start some stuff right here. I think it's making sense. Mm-hmm. Woo! Oh boy. I think I'm gonna make a screen basket for kindling. Guess I should do it now, or maybe I'll move the pots and stuff. Let me go see. Maybe I can make it now. Let's see. I guess I could use one of these rabbit cages, huh? I guess I could do that. Okay. That's pretty similar to what I want to do, right? I don't see why not. Yeah, why not? Let's see. For right now, right? I'm not doing anything else with them. It's gonna make things like this except just a little bigger. And thinking about it, I probably would have made it about double the size. I was thinking 4 foot square, probably about that high. I could just grab it. It's just gonna have little dry twigs in it, so it's for kindling. This little wood, just to have it, something to do. At least I don't have to spend the time making it. Right? It's already accessible. So I waste a lot of wood and gas starting fires in the winter, not having a lot of kindling. I mostly start the fire with a propane torch, just burn, you know. I'll cut a few, and I was buying a lot of I spent a decent amount of money last winter on those little firewood kindling bundles. Things are expensive, you know, like 5 or 6, 8 pieces of wood, $10 or something, you know, crazy. Yeah. It ain't cheap for you know, for what it is. But I was just at that place where, you know, I didn't have time. Some of those nights I was coming back here in the middle of the night, grabbing from that pile back there to get my fire started. I didn't have, yeah. Just trying to get the fire going, get something to eat, and get some rest. So, it is what it is. But, forgive me for it not being the most positive dialogue today, but as I was coming out to start working that subject came to the forefront of my mind, and I said, okay, what do I think about that? And I think I gave some valid expression. I think. And we'll do one for this really thin stuff. Thicker stuff will get cut up for the actual firewood pile. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a good day for doing this too. My knee is talking to me just ever so slightly. So it's good to move slow. When that's the case. Yeah. Well, okay. Now I'm rather excited because I can move forward with it. Not that I wasn't moving forward. But you know, I can move further, move on further. Move on further. And we'll see if next, see how this season, this winter goes. Ow. To see if this effort is even worth it. Should be a handful, handful of that, a couple of those. And I got my real, my really well seasoned logs. All my really well seasoned logs ready. All right. Got all that. Be good while it lasts. Right? Might go fast, might not. It'll be good to have though, Ralph. That kind of stuff's gonna make a lot of ash. Don't need that crumbly stuff so much. Okay. Why am I putting that in there? I don't know, but whatever. Daydreaming, I guess. Okay. This is some of that rock hard stuff. Might be good for like a tree or something. Trees. Get some of this moved to the outskirts. Oh boy. Yeah. Fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This area might take a little while. It's got some look who's coming. Camera shy. That's a first. Uh-huh. She saw the camera, was like, didn't want no parts of it. Maybe because I stopped talking. Yeah. Here she comes. Excuse me. I need a decent place to move some stuff right now. I need to go from here with some stuff to somewhere else and it be yeah, sustainable. Wherever this goes needs to be where I'm gonna use them, or they're just gonna sit for a while. And I don't like the sound of sitting for a while. So I was thinking right there. It's a lot of pots. Not everything's gonna be able to go there. Some still gonna have to go somewhere. Excuse me, somewhere else. Scary. Okay. Sorry. Okay. It'll come to me. I won't rush it. It's slow going, you know, getting this started, but it's it in my mind it has to be done more or less this way, because the way I run the ranch, I don't I don't cut a lot of corners, right? The leaves that fall off the trees, compost, right? Ideally, if firing on all cylinders, everything would, you know, there's a lot of reuse, and everything has, you know, purpose, right? Everything gets used as much as possible, and that's just the way I operate. But that takes, you know, time, effort, and consistency. So that's been lacking a little bit. So we got a backlog. But the good thing is, it's just been sitting here waiting on me too, right? So there it is. Just kind of a backlog. A lot of those have been falling for quite a few years now. It's been a buildup. Most of the dead ones have fallen off. There's still a few up there, but not as many. Some dead ones in these other trees though that are gonna be falling. In that other video I did, all those on that end were, you know, a lot of dead branches. I cut some down, cut some out. Those really low hanging ones. So yeah, almost have, you know, a clear path here. So yeah, seems like I'm just sitting here breaking sticks up, but it's dual purpose at a minimum. Oh boy, it's a lot of stuff. Like some junk in there. Need a little bit stronger of a tool, because that rake ain't gonna cut it for some of that. Oh, I guess there's something positive I can say is I'm getting my nutrition under control. That's just yet another thing that's fallen into place. Yeah, I haven't been eating very good. Been doing better, but I haven't nowhere near where I should be, and I just along with wanting to get everything together in a balanced way, you know, Nutrition has been on the list for a long time, so finally, realized I need to really get my protein and fiber intake, prioritize those two things. So, got a plan. I've been working on it. I'm understanding, what it's going to take, how to go about it. It's just like everything else is going to take some working out, though. So that's good, though. And it made me, appreciative of all the information available on just about anything right now. But, there's plenty of people sharing, their, outlook or, their suggestions on things to do. And that's helpful. Right? I won't get on the dead horse again. I won't beat the horse again, but it's just like, it just goes to show. It's like, what if every time I swiped and I saw somebody doing something, I was just like, they think they're hot stuff on the internet, telling me something. Yeah. When actually, I think it's a pretty cool thing. Right? People are able to make, not make a living, but help out with their, some people are doing way well too. And, sharing things, I would hope are positive, some not so positive, but some people are, I guess. Just like everything, some people abuse it. But yeah. It's good to have that information because I know myself, right? Sometimes I need to be told more than once. I need to see it more than once. And the internet these days, once you start clicking on one thing, it keeps coming, don't it? My feed right now is mostly about working out, nutrition, narcissism. Well, something new that popped up. Oh, divorce. But yeah, that's pretty much my feed right now. Anything else? Maybe a little bit of sports stuff. I'm not that big on sports. I think that's just old. It holds my attention for a second. I guess I need to work on it. That's positive about this thing. Something for me to keep my mind on. I've been working. There's something that just you gotta you gotta be ready with that swiping finger. Faster you are, the more you let it know. No, not here. No, thank you. Right? So, yeah. I remember that stuff, kinda. Put that over there. garbage. I'll sift through that in a second. Like today, for instance, I think I'm at, what I do? Whoa. 3 cans of tuna with some spicy kimchi. And the kimchi is low calories, low everything, right? So I mixed that in with it. It's pretty good. I can do that every day. That was 90 grams of protein. 450, 60 calories with the kimchi. That's pretty good. And then for the cravings, I had some probably about 2 cups of this one might still be in decent shape, huh? Looks like. That might take a fill up again. I'll take that over there and put that put those wood chips in that those old raised beds down there that have the wood chips in them. Yeah, that has no holes whatsoever, and it does have a couple roots growing through it, but that's not the same as a hole. Big old root trying to grow through it. But other than that, in real good shape. We will try to utilize that. Whoa. Man, those alligator lizards are fast. They get into that rubble, they just wiggle through it like crazy. All right. What was I talking about? Yeah, I was talking about that, but the nutrition. Yes. Well, $6 o'clock. That's a good place. Ooh, it's cool. I'll move that, let that down. It might be a good place to do some biochar. I think up in my driveway is the best place. Up front would be the best place. It's not you so far away from the field. Right now, if that was, you got that field. Anyway, not that the fire's going to get away from me, but it's just for the best. Okay. Well, I will meditate on it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this video is kind of part 3 of how I got here. Picking up off of, getting here, getting myself together, right? and what I've been talking about being one of the major challenges. So it's definitely been one of the major challenges. And I was just kind of describing, how I've dealt with it. Done good. I mean, it's not, I've stayed true and consistent. And something I probably wanted to say. I even see where I've seen it the whole time. I've seen actually people soften up. I've seen it. Not everybody, but I've seen and felt the shifts. I've seen them in real time. Seen people go, oh, let me, you know. I've seen the adjustment. I've felt. I've seen it. Yeah, so I know what that is. And then seen ones that it ain't coming, not yet anyway. So I've seen with the consistency. I've seen where just the consistency of not letting up or letting it go, sour. I've seen where that has just made it. There hasn't even really been a change, but the consistency has developed into something better, or just with the time. Dare I say, it's even softened up there. What I'm more or less what I'm saying. It's interesting. So yeah, it's been good in all aspects. Where it hasn't changed, just means more work. Kind of like I was saying, as I'm polishing up my own act, incorporating that, I guess sometimes you just need to stop and ask somebody, hey, this is where I'm going. You need a ride. I don't know, so to speak. Don't pick up hitchhikers, but if you think you know what I'm saying, right. Anyway, I've got dishes to wash, laundry. I gotta get some dry cleaning rounded up too. Well, it was good to lay my eyes on this area, get the conscious and subconscious working. On what I'm going to do. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, huh? Take care. Bye-bye.